Suppose we found an ancient book, a text several millennia old, holding vital instructions about the universe, how to manipulate energy and the full process of manifestation. What would you think? Would this amazing find be shared with people around the world or kept a secret? We all knew something that powerful would never be shared. Something similar happened with the lost Gospel of Thomas. In the next few minutes, you will hear a few sayings that will radically change your life. Think of this book as a very important one, yet it was not included in the Bible, or in other words, the mainstream Bible. The lost Gospel of Thomas is seen as very powerful because people think it has the real words that Jesus used to teach others how to work with invisible forces like human emotions, feelings, and energy. Across various ancient traditions, be it Buddhist, Hindu, or early Christian, there's a shared message. A field of energy exists, and we possess the means to communicate with it. This is an actual page out of the Gospel of Thomas, so we know that ancient Gospel actually existed. The Gospel of Thomas is a non-canonical collection of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus. It's known as an apocryphal text, which means it's a work that comes with some authority but was not included in the New Testament. The sayings are structured as direct quotes of Jesus, somewhat similar to the biblical book of Proverbs. Unlike the canonical Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Gospel of Thomas does not contain narrative of Jesus' life, his death, or his resurrection. Instead, it focuses on his teachings, many of which are presented as esoteric or secret wisdom. The Gospel of Thomas was discovered near Nag Hammadi, Egypt, in December 1945, with a group of books known as the Nag Hammadi Library. These texts were hidden in a jar and buried in the ground at the base of a cliff known as Jabal al-Tarif. Scholars suspect that they were buried for safekeeping by monks from the nearby monastery of St. Pachomius, when the possession of such texts became politically dangerous due to the emerging Orthodox Christian doctrine. The original manuscripts are written in Coptic, but the text is believed to have been translated from an earlier Greek version. The dating of the Gospel of Thomas is a matter of scholarly debate, but the consensus is that the Coptic version found at Nag Hammadi dates back to approximately the 4th century AD. However, some of the sayings within it could be much older, with scholars and historians estimating that the original Greek texts were likely composed sometime in the 2nd century AD. This would make the sayings of Jesus as recorded in the Gospel of Thomas some of the earliest Christian writings roughly contemporary with the canonical Gospels. The sayings often sound simple, but they hold layers of meaning. For example, when it says, "Let one who seeks not stop seeking until one finds," it's encouraging a persistent quest for understanding. Consider the phrase, "The kingdom is inside you," and "it is outside you." It suggests a dual perspective, urging you to look within for the truth, while also acknowledging that the external world reflects inner reality. It's like saying that a mirror reflects your image, but the image you see depends on how you see yourself. In the saying, if two make peace with each other in a single house, they will say to the mountain, "Move," and it will move. It offers an allegory for the power of unity. It's not about the literal moving of mountains, but the idea that harmony can lead to overcoming great obstacles. There's a saying, "Images are visible to people, but the light within them is hidden," which implies that there is an unseen essence in all things, like electricity is invisible but makes a bulb glow. The Gospel uses the image of a mustard seed to illustrate how something very small can grow into something very large, indicating that a small amount of faith or wisdom can expand vastly. Another saying, "Be passers-by," might be suggesting that one should not get too attached to material things, much like a traveler who enjoys the scenery but keeps moving. The hidden Gospel of Thomas speaks of finding what is hidden in plain sight, like recognizing that a piece of coal can bear a diamond. It's a call to explore beneath the surface, to seek out the deeper truths that are not immediately evident. Each saying challenges the reader to interpret and apply its wisdom personally, like a key that only fits one lock. The Gospel's purpose is not to provide answers, but to provoke thought, reflection, and inner exploration. It aims to guide one toward an individual understanding rather than dictate a universal truth. The sayings are not ends, but beginnings, not conclusions, but invitations to embark on a journey of discovery. Continuing with the exploration of the hidden Gospel of Thomas, the sayings often reflect on knowledge and ignorance. For instance, the text suggests that what you do not know can indeed have a great effect on you, likening ignorance to sleep, where one is unaware of their own state. The Gospel posits that true knowledge is awakening from that slumber. The sayings also touch upon the paradoxical, such as, "When you make the two into one, you will become sons of man." This could be interpreted as a call to reconcile opposites within oneself, possibly hinting at a balance between the material and spiritual, or the rational and emotional. Further, the text encourages looking beyond appearances, implying that true understanding comes from seeing with more than just the eyes. It is like saying that the essence of a tree is not just in its bark and leaves, but also in the life it gives to the world, and the shade it provides and the air it purifies. The concept of inner wealth is also a theme, with sayings like, "The kingdom is like a merchant who had a consignment of merchandise and who discovered a pearl." This allegory suggests that discovering the kingdom within is akin to finding a pearl of great value. It is about recognizing the priceless nature of inner spiritual discovery. Some sayings in the gospel may appear confounding, such as, Jesus said, "Blessed is the lion which the human will eat," so that the lion becomes human, and cursed is the human whom the lion will eat, and the lion will become human. This could be an enigmatic way of expressing that assimilating and overcoming one's animalistic instincts can lead to enlightenment, whereas being ruled by them can lead to a loss of one's humanity. The text also presents the idea of a hidden message that is not immediately understood, but is revealed to those who are persistent. It is reminiscent of the process of peeling an onion layer by layer to get to the core. With each layer of understanding removed, a clearer truth is revealed. Another saying goes, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." This implies that expressing one's inner self is crucial for personal salvation or well-being. It is akin to saying that if you keep everything inside like a bottle under pressure, it will eventually burst. The text also says, "The kingdom is like a shepherd who had 100 sheep. One of them went astray, which was the largest. He left behind the 99, he sought after the one until he found it." This saying emphasizes the importance of every single individual in the eyes of the divine, or it can be seen as a metaphor for the pursuit of a single truth that completes the picture of understanding. There's also a passage that says, "I am the light that is over all things. I am all. From me all came forth, and to me all attained. Split a piece of wood, I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there." This is a poetic way of expressing the omnipresence of the divine, suggesting that the sacred can be found in all aspects of life and existence, not just in temples or holy places. Consider the notion, if a blind man leads a blind man, they will both fall into a pit. This is not a warning against the physically blind, but a metaphor for the spiritually unaware, leading others who are also unaware, resulting in mutual downfall. There's a poignant line that says, "No prophet is accepted in his own village, no physician heals those who know him." This saying reflects on the human tendency to overlook the wisdom of those closest to us, often seeking truth and healing from afar. Another passage goes, "A grapevine has been planted outside of the Father, but being unsound, it will be pulled up by its roots and destroyed." This suggests that teachings or beliefs that do not originate from true source will not endure. The text also advises, "Be on your guard against the scholars who walk in the law, for they like to wear splendid robes and love greetings in the marketplaces." Here, it warns of those who use their knowledge or position for personal glory rather than to enlighten others. It also states, "The person old in days won't hesitate to ask a small child 7 days old about the place of life, and that person will live." This implies that wisdom is not a matter of age, and that sometimes the purest insights come from the youngest among us. There is a saying, Give the emperor what belongs to the emperor, give God what belongs to God, and give me what is mine. Here it distinguishes between the material and spiritual realms, suggesting a balance in obligations. Another instructs, whoever has something in hand will be given more, and whoever has nothing will be deprived of even the little they have. This could be about the abundance mindset versus scarcity, where mindset influences outcome. The gospel also says, whoever finds the world and becomes rich, let them renounce the world. This is not just about wealth, but about the realization that material success does not equate to true fulfillment. It speaks to self-awareness. If you know yourself, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father. This suggests that self-knowledge leads to a deeper understanding of one's spiritual lineage. Consider the saying, the heavens will roll up before you, and the earth, and whoever lives from the living one will not see death. This isn't about physical immortality, but speaks to a state of enlightenment where one transcends the fear of death. Blessed are the solitary and elect, for you will find the kingdom. For you are from it, and to you it will return. This speaks to the idea that those who are introspective and chosen will discover a deeper connection with the spiritual realm, suggesting an origin and destination beyond the physical world. The text also offers, the kingdom is like a man who had a hidden treasure in his field without knowing it. This is a metaphor for the unrecognized potential or wisdom that lies within each person, waiting to be discovered like a treasure buried and forgotten. It says, the person who has come to know the world has found a corpse. And the person who has found a corpse of that person, the world is not worthy. This can be interpreted as the realization that worldly knowledge is lifeless compared to spiritual enlightenment, which elevates a person beyond worldly values. The Gospel states, whoever does not hate father and mother as I do cannot be a disciple to me. And whoever does not love father and mother as I do cannot be a disciple to me. This paradoxical statement may not be about literal hate, but about prioritizing one's spiritual path over familial attachments. Further, it says, images are visible to people, but the light within them is hidden in the image of the Father's light. This suggests that while we can perceive physical representations, the true essence or divine spark within is hidden and requires deeper insight to discern. It also remarks, when you see your likeness, you rejoice, but when you see your images that came into being before you, which neither die nor become manifest, how much you will have to bear. This seems to indicate that recognizing one's transient physical likeness brings joy, but confronting the eternal aspect of one's being, which is harder to grasp, brings a much greater challenge. Another saying goes, I disclose my mysteries to those who are worthy of my mysteries. Here it implies that spiritual truths are not for everyone, but reserved for those who have prepared themselves to receive and understand them. The text also posits, if they say to you, where have you come from? Say to them, we have come from the light, from the place where the light came into being on its own accord and established itself and became manifest through their image. This could be about claiming a divine origin, recognizing oneself as a product of a primal, self-existing light. Lastly, it mentions, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. This is about the necessity of expressing one's inner potential or truth. Unexpressed, it can lead to destruction, but if brought forth, it leads to salvation.